Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, October 3rd, and we are here to look at new releases that have been published this week. And on Thursdays, we look at fantasy and science fiction. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They will go for 2.5 hours. I do them 3 times a week. I do them every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons for a total of 10 hours each week. That is time carved out for you. Let us start with the new releases in fantasy and science fiction. The Great When, a Long London novel by Alan Moore, first in the Long London Quintet. In this, if this London is what they call the smoke, then that place is the fire. The year is 1949. The city, London. Amidst the smog of the capital stumbles Dennis Knuckleyard, a hapless 18-year-old employed by a second-hand bookshop. One day, on an errand to acquire books for sale, Dennis discovers a novel that simply does not exist. It is a fictitious book, a figment from another novel. Yet it is physically there in his hands. How? Dennis has stumbled on a book from the Great When, a magical version of London beyond time and space where reality blurs with fiction and concepts such as crime and poetry are incarnated as wondrous, terrible things. But this other magical London must remain a secret. If Dennis cannot find a way to return this book to where it belongs, he risks repercussions such as his body being turned inside out or worse. So begins a journey delving deep into the city's occult underbelly and tearing with an eccentric cast of sorcerers, gangsters, and murderers, some from legend, some all too real, and all with plans of their own. Soon Dennis finds himself at the center of an explosive series of events that may alter and endanger both Londons forever. Being turned inside out does not sound fun. I hate it when that happens. Good morning, Mary. Happy Thursday. Boy, the week is moving along fast, working to get ready for a show and still not really ready. Where's it being held? Is it inside? It has to be inside, I would think. The Great Wind sounds very original to me. Sometimes they do original work. Shocking, I know. Candle and Crow, Book 3 of the Ink and Sigil series by Kevin Hearn. Al McBarris has it's probably pronounced something different, but that's okay, has a most unusual job. He's a practitioner of ink and sigil magic, tasked with keeping order among the gods and monsters that dwell hidden in the human world. But there's one supernatural mystery he's never been able to solve. Years ago, someone cast twin curses on him that killed off his apprentices and drove away loved ones who heard him speak, leaving him bereft and isolated. But he's not quite alone. As Al works to solve this mystery, his friends draw him into their own eccentric dramas. Buck Foy, the hobgoblin, has been pondering his own legacy and has a plan for a daring shenanigan that will make him the most celebrated hobgoblin of all. Nadia, goth queen and battle seer, is creating her own cult around a god who loves whiskey and cheese. And the Morgan, a former Irish death goddess, has decided she wants not only to live as an ordinary woman, but also to face the most perilous challenge of the mortal world: online dating. Meanwhile, Al crosses paths with old friends anew, including some beloved druids and their very good dogs, in his globe-trotting quest to solve the mystery of his curses. But he's pulled in so many different directions by his colleagues, a suspicious detective, and the whims of destructive gods that Al begins to wonder, will he ever find time to write his own happy ending? I would want to write my own happy continuing, not quite an ending. But that's just me. The City in Glass by Nevo. I do kind of like that cover. This is a standalone. A demon, an angel, a city. The demon Vitrine, immortal, powerful, and capricious, loves the dazzling city of Azrael. She has mothered, married, and maddened the city and its people for generations, and built it into a place of joy and desire, revelry and riot. And then the angels come, and the city falls. Vitrine is left with nothing but memories and a book containing the names of those she has lost, and an angel now bound by her mad, grief-stricken curse to haunt the city he burned. She mourns her dead and rages against the angels she longs to destroy. Made to be each other's devastation, angel and demon are destined for eternal battle. Instead, they find themselves locked in a devouring fascination that will change them both forever. Together, they unearth the past of the lost city and begin to shape its future. But when war threatens Azrael and everything they have built, Vitrine and her angel must decide whether they will let the city fall again. Okay. The Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Liang. The show, the first time I've ever been, is outside in a nearby town, expecting 20 to. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That sounds fantastic. You will do fine. You will do so good. La 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 la. Her beauty hides a deadly purpose. Jishi's beauty is seen as a blessing to the villagers of Yue, convinced that the best fate for a girl is to marry well and support her family. When Jishi draws the attention of the famous young military advisor Fan Li, he presents her with a rare opportunity to use her beauty as a weapon, one that could topple the rival neighboring kingdom of Wu, improve the lives of her people, and avenge her sister's murder. All she has to do is infiltrate the enemy palace as a spy, seduce their immoral king, and weaken them from within. Trained by family in everything from classical instruments to concealing emotion, Jishi hones her beauty into the perfect blade. But she knows family can see through every deception she masters, the attraction between them burning away any falsehoods. Once inside the enemy palace, Jishi finds herself under the hungry gaze of the king's advisors, while the king himself shows her great affection. Despite his gentleness, a brutality lurks, and Jishi knows she can never let her guard down. But the higher she climbs in the Wu court, the farther she and family have to fall, and if she is unmasked as a traitor, she will bring both kingdoms down. End of row one. This Dark Paradise by Aaron Lukin. This is a young adult fantasy. An enchanted island. In the tenements where Lucia lives, everyone dreams of making it to the enchanted island of Esterala, where mystical fountains reveal your deepest desires. Fantastical feasts appear from nowhere, and dark caverns allow you to whisper with the dead. A dangerous heist. But Lucia Arduini isn't going to Estrella to experience miracles. She's going to steal the most valuable object in the world, the source of the island's magic. Lucia has 5 days to steal the source, or a dangerous gang will go after her brother, a deadly secret. But Estrella is not what it seems. Torn between a boy who once broke her heart and a girl with a dark secret, Lucia soon discovers that something sinister is happening behind the enchantments, and she might not survive the island's magic long enough to steal it. Casters and Crowns by Elizabeth Loam. When Crown Princess Arya sees her kingdom on the brink of war with the magic-wielding casters, she takes it upon herself to speak with the Widow Morton, the most dangerous caster in the realm. If successful, Arya will not only ensure peace, but also prove to her father that she is a worthy heir. But when her negotiations fail, Arya is dealt a terrible curse. Over the course of 100 days, she'll be unable to sleep, her body and mind doomed to waste away. And then the curse will pass to her sister until every member of the king's line is dead. That's a bad curse. Arya's best hope for breaking her curse is to seek help from another caster, the handsome and charming Baron Reeves. He may be entitled to a place at the court, but as a magic user, can he truly be trusted? She vows not to be fooled by his dimpled smiles or his devotion to his brothers, but as she spends more time with him, she discovers that her heart has other ideas. Baron has no desires to see the princess suffer, especially since she might be the key to changing the king's opinion on casters. But he has secrets to protect and ghosts of his own. The last person he tried to save using his magic died, and he's not willing to risk harming someone he loves again. She's gonna die anyway, dude. As the curse continues its deadly countdown, both Arya and Baron must risk their lives and their hearts to save each other and unite a kingdom. I might give it some points for a really rather bad curse. Zodiac Rising, Book 1 of The Descendants of the Zodiac by Katie Zhao. At a secret Manhattan boarding school, the descendants of the Chinese zodiac have hidden away since the source of their magic, the 12 zodiac statues, was vandalized and lost to time. I'm sorry, it's activism. They just don't like statues. Thus, a curse befell the descendants, and they've lived as creatures of darkness until now. When the lost statues suddenly resurface and a powerful classmate is found dead, all signs point to foul play from the Fae. The descendants finally have the chance to take back what's rightfully theirs and break the curse. To pull this deadly heist off, though, they must assemble an elite crew. The vampire, after a century of burning hunger, Evangeline is out for blood. The shapeshifter, Nicholas yearns to restore justice to his people and make peace with his past. The mortal, Alice seeks the truth of her mysterious heritage, and this mission may be the key. The werewolf, Tristan will do anything to break free from the monstrous wolf inside. Only these four have the power to save the descendants, but the wrath of the Fae waits at every turn. One wrong move, and the fate of their kind will come crashing down. Dot, 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 dot. Not my cuppa, but it is somebody's cup. Inheritance of Scars. Hi, Emily, joining late because I just got to work. Did you talk about air yet? Did I? No, 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 no. Nope, nope. It's coming up. I knew I'd seen that title. Inheritance of Scars by Crystal Sites. Never go beyond the Stave Church. Within Tiveden Forest, bloodthirsty monsters known as Draugr lurk behind every tree, and secrets run through the soil like twisted roots. When her grandmother vanishes into the forest, Astrid won't let Crohn's disease get in the way of finding her, but in searching for her lost loved one, I was just thinking. Astrid soon uncovers an even greater mystery, a conflict that's haunted her village and family for generations, an ancient blood oath her ancestor made to protect them, a deadly Draugr imprisoned for centuries who Astrid accidentally awakens. Newly revived, Soren first mistakes Astrid for her ancestor, his ex-lover turned enemy. Astrid can't tell if he would rather kill her or kiss her. Give him some coffee. But Soren knows the forest better than anyone, and Astrid quickly realizes that she'll need his help to rescue her grandmother. The deeper they venture into Tiveden, the closer Astrid gets to the cold, alluring Soren and the truth behind her grandmother's disappearance. To save her home, a dark ritual must be performed before midwinter, and only Astrid can fulfill her ancestor's blood oath or break it. That is, if Soren or the forest doesn't break Astrid first. End of row 2. We can go to air now if you want. These are in no particular order. Air by Saba Tahir, a very popular author. That's kind of a cool cover. This is first in the Air duology. They're doing duologies a lot, which is helpful sometimes. An orphan, an outcast, a prince, and a killer who will bring an empire to its knees. Growing up in the Kigari slums, I'm just going to say A's. A's has seen her share of suffering. An old tragedy fuels her need for vengeance, but it is love of her people that propels her, until one hot-headed mistake lands her in an inescapable prison where the embers of her wrath ignite. Banished from her people for an unforgivable crime, Saoirse, excuse me, is a down on her luck tracker who uses magic to trace her marks. Destitute, she agrees to hunt down a killer who has murdered children across the Martial Empire. Excuse me, all she has to do is carry out the job and get paid. But when a chance encounter leads to an unexpected attraction, Saoirse learns her mission might cost her far more than she's willing to give up. Quill is the crown prince of the empire and nephew of a venerated empress, but he's loath to take the throne when his aunt steps down. As the son of a reviled emperor, he, better than anyone, understands that power corrupts. When a vicious new enemy threatens the survival of the empire, Quill must ask himself if he can rise above his tragic lineage and be the heir his people need. For young people as they grapple with power, treachery, love, and devastating consequences of unchecked greed on a journey that may cost them their lives and their hearts. Literally. I think that one's going to be popular. Popular. Mary says, "Hi, Emily. Good to see you." The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. First in the city of Fantôme. Or Phantom. In Phantom, a kingdom of cobbled streets, flickering lamplight, beautiful buildings, and secret catacombs, shade magic is a scarce and deadly commodity controlled by two enemy guilds, the Cloaks and the Daggers, the Thieves and the Assassins. On the night of her mother's murder, 18-year-old Seraphine runs for her life. Seeking sanctuary with the Cloaks, Sarah's heart is set on revenge. But are her secret abilities a match for the dark-haired boy whose quicksilver eyes follow her around the city? Nothing can prepare Sarah for the moment she finally comes face to face with Ransom, heir to the Order of Daggers, and Ransom is shocked to discover that this unassuming farm girl wields a strange and blazing magic he has never seen before. As the Cloaks and Daggers grapple for control of Phantom's underworld, Sarah and Ransom are consumed by the push and pull of their magic and the deadly spark and terrible vengeance that keeps drawing them back together. I'm sorry, I just saw Sharks and Jets and the opening dance number. A Pirate's Life for Tea. Tomes and Tea, book number 2 by Rebecca Thorne. Kyanthi and Reyna are on the hunt for dragon eggs to save their hometown, but it requires making a deal with Darn Arlen, lord of the legendary Nacian River. Simply capture the river pirate Serena, who has been plaguing Arlen's supply chains, and bring her in for justice. Easy peasy. Begrudgingly, the couple joins forces with Bobby, one of Arlen's constables determined to capture the pirate. After all those fantasy names, suddenly seeing the name Bobby was like another strange name. It was a weird experience there. Except Bobby and Serena have a more complicated history than anyone realized, and it might jeopardize everything. While Canthe and Reyna watch this relation shipwreck from afar, it quickly becomes apparent that these disaster lesbians need all the help they can get. Luckily, matchmaking is Reyna's favorite pastime. The dragon eggs may have to wait. Yeah, who cares about our quest? We have feelings. The Stars Inside Us by Christy Gardner, book 3 in The Broken Stars. She'll burn it to the ground. I think she's having a Monday. The ashes have settled since Calais' harrowing escape back to Earth, but the threat from the others and humanity itself hasn't. After surviving devastating losses and impossible choices, Calais drags herself to the doorstep of the one place she never wanted to return, the Resistance. Forced to trust hidden motives and questionable loyalties, Calais intimately knows the only way they survive is together. But as she dives deeper into alien territory, her new reality is even more alarming than she could have anticipated. A permawinter has settled over the planet. A strange new league of mutations have emerged among the others, and despite her best efforts, past decisions come back to haunt Calais. Taunt her. It doesn't take long for her plans to go horribly wrong. Her terror is compounded when she realizes she's not only trapped with the enemy, a group that would gladly kill her if they knew her secrets, but that she's actually started to care for them, especially Briar, the tea-loving, open-hearted woman who makes Calais feel like home. The Kiss of the Nightingale. I do like this cover. Do like this cover. By Adi Denner. 80? 1890 Lutesh. I don't know how to say that. In this city, talents are everything, precious gems that gift unrivaled skills to their owners. The most coveted, elite talents are claimed by the aristocracy, passed through generations by blood magic. Cleodora dreamed of inheriting her father's tailoring talent, but when he died, the magic died with him. Now she's left with empty promises, a dress shop she can't keep afloat, and her bedridden younger sister. You have skills, girl. But everything changes when she meets the dark-eyed Lady Dahlia Sabil. Dahlia offers Cleodora a singing talent, a chance to save her beloved sister and rewrite her own fate. From the first instant, Cleodora is bewitched. There's just one catch. She needs to steal an elite talent from the prestigious Lenoir family. As Lutesh Nightingale, Cleodora is the star of the opera's galas and balls, worlds away from the darkness and dust of home. But the handsome yet infuriating Vicomte Lenoir is nothing like she expected. Soon the Vicomte's teasing smiles win her over, even as Dahlia's seductive whispers linger in her ears. Torn between Dahlia, who gave her everything, and the Vicomte, who holds the price of her freedom, is Cleodora in danger of losing it all? Or can she prove that magic isn't the only gift that counts? But it has a nice cover. The Crescent Moon Tea Room by Stacy Savinsky. Ever since the untimely death of her parents, Anne Beatrix and Violet Quigley have made a business of threading together the stories that rest in the swirls of ginger, cloves, and cardamom that lie at the bottom of their customers' cups. Their days at the tea shop are filled with talk of butterflies and good fortune intertwined with the sound of cinnamon shortbread being snapped by laced fingers. That is until the Council of Witches comes calling with news that the city diviner has lost her powers, and the sisters suddenly find themselves being pulled in different directions. As Anne's magic begins to develop beyond that of her sisters, Beatrix's writing attracts the attention of a publisher, and Violet is enchanted by the song of the circus, and perhaps a mischievous trapeze artist threatening to sweep her off her feet. It seems a family curse that threatens to separate their sisters is taking effect. With dwindling time to rewrite their future and help three other witches challenge their own destinies, the Quigleys set out to bargain with fate. But in focusing so closely on saving each other, will they lose sight of themselves? We are out of time, so we'll just do a quick cover look at The Gentlest of Wild Things by Sarah Underwood, The Fate of Magic by Sarah Roche and Beth Revis, The Last Dragon of Mars, and Avatars of Destiny, The Quest for Reality's Edge. It's nice to have options. Thought we'd end on a bit of green. I love that coffee cup. She's volunteered at the library again today, reading the new Kate Atkinson book to start it for good. She's a good author. I have to admit, I've not read her. I'm aware of her. I just haven't gotten around to her yet. Mary, this has been a fast session. I hope you have a great day. You too, Emily. Well, back at you, baby. Hope you have a good day at the library. That would be so tempting for me. I'm going to take all these home. Oh, it's so much to read, so little time. I hope you guys have a very good day. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, or just close your eyes after a day. Entirely what is your self-care. And tomorrow is Friday, so it's Freeform Friday. We will probably be looking at more cozy mysteries because there's always a lot of those. Hope you have a good day. As the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.